Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £500 worth of £2 coins we're hunting through, looking for commemoratives. Ones with more than face value, but ideally, well, the one commemorative we still need to finish the book, Commonwealth Games Scotland. Amongst the 4 Commonwealth Games coins, luckily we've got Northern Ireland already, the rarest of the 4 to find. So we just got to tick that one off. There is a slot at the end for the 2021 Britannia, which was minted for circulation. Mintage figures are out there, of course, as well. It's not going to be the lowest of the Britannia. In fact, it'll be the highest of the 3 circulating years, but I haven't seen any in change yet. So maybe we'll find it before we get Scotland Commonwealth Games, but my bets are we get Scotland before we get the 2021 Britannia, and we will close off another book without putting that last coin in. So let's get into this bag, see what we find. Bag number 1 then. I'll show you what we're looking for. So that's Technologies, the definitive design on the £2 coin up to 2015. Some are lower minted years than others, just not worthwhile keeping any of them, in my opinion. I don't keep any Technology £2 coins in the book, purely because throughout the hunt, I probably should do this one time when I've got a bit more time to record the video. Just show that we'll probably complete an entire date run just in one bag. But there we go. It's a bit like the 1997 50p. You will always get them. So again, I do have a date run of Technologies £2 coins, and the Britannias, of course, in a separate book. Oh dear, this is not a good start. We've had double diddlies. It's fine. We're building up to something amazing. That's what's going to happen here. How amazing remains to be seen. Oh, there we go. So not amazing. Charles Dickens, very, very common coin. You will find plenty of those out in your change. That's a bit of an improvement. Shakespeare's Histories, one of 3 Shakespeare £2 coins, this being the more common of the 3, but do check the edge inscription. So I should say the hollow crown for this one. So 2016 seems to have been a bad year for the Royal Mint and its edge inscriptions. So we've also got one in hand. It's a great time to explain. You can see this little band should be around the bit between the outer and the inner part of the coin. You can see it's quite misaligned there. Now that doesn't really add value to the coin, it's just the speed in which the Royal Mint mass produces these coins. There's always going to be these slight issues on the coins, a bit like on the obverse of the older coins, these beaded. You can see it's a bit misaligned down the bottom there. That does not make a rare error coin. It's an error because that's not how it should be. But I don't like calling it an error because you hear error coin and you automatically assume huge markups. But no, very common. You're probably more likely to find one that's got misaligned details rather than perfect details. Unless, of course, you've got a proof set. They should, and silver coins, they should be perfect in those. But there, again, there's a better example of it. Again, there's a bit of a gap on this side, but again, as I said, very common to see. It is another Shakespeare's Histories though. Hollow crown, no edge inscription error for that one, sadly. But I think having an influx of newer viewers, I keep seeing the questions asked, where do I get my coin books from? The books themselves I buy from eBay or Amazon. I just make sure that they're big enough to fit a coin in, because there are plenty of other books. For smaller coins, that obviously a £2 coin or a 50p might struggle to squeeze into. They're very good for the medium term storage, so I say up to about 5 years before the plastic might start affecting the coins. From there I put them into coin flips, which are much better for permanent storage, and into an album I can put the coin flips into, so the coins are nicely displayed, but also protected from toning and adverse effects of any PVC that might be in the pages of coin books. The inserts themselves were produced for me by a viewer who started to make those sort of inserts with all the different designs on, but the company no longer runs, so unfortunately I can't recommend you over to them for that. There's Brunel's portrait, another one you might see. You can see at the top here the word pounds being slightly cut off. Again, it's very common, it's just a byproduct of the mass production. So not going to add huge amounts of value. So we're debunking all the myths, and this one too. You've got Raphael Maclouf's third portrait of the Queen. It's the only year, 1997, that this was used on the bimetallic £2 coin. It's the first year of the bimetallic £2 coin, and the last year of Raphael Maclouf's portrait being on coins. But because it was the first year of the bimetallic £2 coin, they made tons of them. So although it's a one-off and unique to that year, a rare coin, it is not to be fooled into that. Edge inscriptions on £2 coins as well. You can tell I've been asked a whole bunch of newbie questions. Edge inscriptions, it's 50-50. There's no right or wrong way as to the orientation of an edge inscription on £2 coin. So again, it's a variation, and if you some people might want to collect a whole book of specifically orientated edge inscriptions, or oriented, whatever it is. They might want them all a certain way up, but it does not add value to a coin, so don't get too into that either. I do encourage these newbie questions as well, because we all start somewhere. Jenny Clark's 5th portrait, we know that'll be something. Army Centenary, so this one we always check for the rotation error on camera, which obviously we know isn't there. Edge inscription, King and Country, or for King and Country, that's how it should be, so a very common coin. But yeah, I encourage newbie questions. We all start somewhere, and there's no such thing as a stupid question. What I do get a bit grouchy about is someone will come to me with a coin that they think is an error, they think is rare, they think is valuable, and when asked my opinion they disagree with me. If you've already formulated your own answer and you're not going to listen to me, why ask? This is the not the Act of Union, it's the abolition of the slave trade. Very nice coin, but again, it is quite a common one. You shouldn't have any problems picking one of those out of change. Again, it's one that tends to do the rounds with misinformation of it being worth lots and lots of money, and it really, really isn't. But no, so yeah, ask away. I'll never give a snarky answer, but I will get a bit grumpy if you reject my opinion for your own preconceived notions, which I think anyone would be frustrated with. What's the other one? Oh, again, where do I get my coins from? I've answered this so many times in so many videos, I should probably just put it in the description as sort of an FAQ section. I get my coins from a bank. I have business accounts though. Many banks that you'll have a personal everyday current account or savings accounts with will limit the amount of coins you can pay in or take out in any given day or transaction. I have business accounts, so I pay fees and charges, which gives me access to more coins, but I do pay for that benefit. We've got Judy Clark's 5th portrait again. Another Army Centenary, no rotation error, King and Country. That's all fine. Naturally, we do have counters that pop up with some of the coins we look at, but just to keep track of some of the common, some of the uncommon coins over the course of filling the book. So at the end we can say, right, in all these videos to fill this book, we found X amount of Commonwealth Games, X amount of Army Centenaries, X amount of Lord Kitcheners. It was a throwback to when I first started making my books. My videos. Come back to that thought, because this is Lord Kitchener. Now this is a common coin. You shouldn't have much problem finding one of these. It's probably less common than some of the more common coins, if that makes sense. So it's less frequent you'll find this than say the Army Centenary, for example. But do check on the obverse on the head side at the bottom, where the date is here on the reverse or tails. It should say £2. Which you can see on this one, it does. Now there is a mule error where they use the wrong die on one side of the coin, so you've got the portrait of the monarch, it doesn't say £2. That's a very rare, very valuable error coins you can find, and I know someone that has, and I've met a couple of people who have them in their collection, which I'm very envious of, but eventually we might find one. Act of Union, it's been pointed out so many times that there are prevalent rotation errors on this, so we do check these now. Otherwise it's a common coin. Basically with a rotation error, what we're looking for, if you hold the coin in the correct alignment, so obviously the top at the top, bottom at the bottom, can be hard to tell on this one, but think of a map. Scotland is north of England, we've got a thistle and a rose for each country, so rotate it 180 degrees, that's the way the queen should be facing. Naturally, with King Charles now being minted onto our coins, he'll be looking the opposite way because it flips the way that the monarch's looking with each successive monarch, barring Edward VIII. We won't muddy the waters. Right, another 5th portrait by the Jodie Clark. It's another Army Centenary. Was that a bit of a rotation error? Or did it just flip a little bit when I flipped it? Yeah, that's fine. No rotation error, King and Country. There we go. But no, I hope that's answered your questions. If you see anyone in the comments asking where'd you get your coins, where'd you get your books, where'd you get your inserts, just leave a reply saying watch the whole video. Oh, we've got Golden Guinea there. It's a smidge over face value, not massively, so you won't be able to retire having found this one. Unfortunately, with any coin in circulation, there are very few that are worth huge amounts of money. Even Kew Gardens is obviously the rarest circulating commemorative 50p. You're talking a couple of £100 on that, which again, unfortunately, is not enough to retire on. But yeah, there we go. Again, case of divvies on this. A little bit of slim pickings today, but that is the way it goes. Lots of people, when I have a hunt that doesn't go particularly well, cry from the rooftops, it's the end of coin collecting. There are no commemoratives left out there. It's totally not the case. 100%. I found some very nice coins recently, so they are still out there. Right, Army Centenary, no rotation error. Edge inscription reads for King and Country. So there we go. We have deja vu on this one. Right, I won't talk you through it because you've just heard me say what we're looking for on that one. There we go. I was saying something and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, so the counters. If you remember, I was rattling on about that. The counters. So at the end of a book series, end of a video series of completing a book, we can say at the start of the next one, here's a total look at all the different ones we found. Right. Active Union, no rotation error, that's fine. Charles Dickens, again, second time today. Well, unless in this last bag we get something earth-shattering. This goes down as a mediocre hunt at best, but as I say, it's the way it is. Rarer coins are going to be harder to find. We're not going to find the rarest of coins in every hunt, otherwise there would be no fun, would it? But a link to in the description of this video to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come over and join that. We've got another Charles Dickens there. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO box address you can write into me at, and of course the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, who I work for as my day job making videos for them, so please do have a look at that channel too. I'm going to have a sift through these coins now to see whether there are any errors I might have missed. Well, unfortunately, no errors to be added to our roster of finds, and as is becoming more common, with one coin left to fill the book, two coins to fill the book, nothing new for the book, but a couple of nice coins. Let me know in the comments what your favourite coin from today's video is, and all it leads me to is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye!